And that brings us to our next topic, because when we're thinking about different options, there are so many targets out there that are linked to the Knicks. But honestly, some of those targets, they're not realistic. They're never, ever going to happen. So that begs the question, who are the realistic trade targets for the Knicks moving forward headed into next season? Well, thanks to an NBA analyst, he gives us some information. He actually outlines the Knicks' most realistic trade targets headed into next season. Now, this is somebody that we've had on the show before in Greg Swartz for Bleacher Report. He gave us the following updates about the Knicks and their potential realistic trade targets that they have moving forward into next season. And when he dropped this list, it made so many people, so many Knicks fans, very angry, upset, because there's one name on that list that shouldn't be on that list. And for me, I didn't even want to see this name on this list because everybody knows how I feel about him. We're talking about, unfortunately, Karl Anthony Towns. And as you can see here, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the main people on that list, followed by Walker Kessler, followed by Jonas Valanciunas. Now, there are the good parts. The fact that Jonas and Kessler are on that list makes it realistic. But what concerns me is that Cat's on that list. And Cat, if everybody's been living under a rock for the last few seasons, if nobody's really known, Cat has been the most consistent all-star linked to the Knicks since Leon Rose took over as president of basketball operations for the Knicks. And each and every offseason, Cat continues to be mentioned, to be linked to the Knicks. And this offseason, it seems that they didn't waste any time. They didn't wait too long. Now we have reports indicating that potentially Cat is linked to the Knicks. But let's continue here. According to Swartz, he states, the New York Knicks are loaded with talent at every position, except for the center position. The combination of Mitchell Robinson and Precious Achiuwa is okay, although the former has only topped 59 games once in his past 4 seasons. Towns has long been rumored a target of Leon Rose and the Knicks, and was born about an hour away from Madison Square Garden. A starting lineup of Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Towns would be truly, let me go back again there. And Towns would truly rival the Boston Celtics for the best in the NBA. Now, I gotta say, I do not agree with that statement at all from Swartz. And Swartz is a friend. I know him personally. He's been on the show. I might have him on the show again as a special guest sometime down the road. But I do not agree with this take at all. I understand we do need help at the center position. We do need to improve that area. And we have the ability to do that right now with the MLE. And we're going to have the ability to do that at the trade deadline. But trading for Cat, ruining, destroying our roster. Because if you took a notice there, Swartz mentioned the roster there. That would be a starting lineup of Brunson, Bridges, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Towns. Who's missing in that lineup? Who's not there? Julius Randle. Because in Swartz's mind, the perfect trade for the Knicks to make is trading Randle for Towns, and that starting 5 would be dangerous, according to Swartz. But here's the thing. What's this current starting 5? Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's a dangerous championship contending starting 5. So I don't really understand the difference here. I understand that Cat has been linked to the Knicks season after season after season. But there's a reason why the Knicks have not pulled the trigger and gone after him. His contract is enormous. It's disgusting, actually. I don't want to see Towns anywhere near this Knicks organization because that contract is so nasty. His fit is not perfect, no matter what you want to say. And the chemistry, he wouldn't have it with this Knicks organization. He would have to play into it. And that might take how many seasons? It might take him 2-3 seasons to gain the chemistry that Randle already has with Brunson and this entire roster. That's something to consider there. Karl Anthony Towns is not somebody that shows up in the postseason. Now, everybody wants to say the same thing about Randle. Well, Randle doesn't show up in the postseason. Randle can't do this. Randle can't do that. Let me tell you this. Randle has the best roster around him this year to do everything we want him to do come the postseason. Mark my words on that. But even if I want to agree and say Randle doesn't do what he needs to do in the postseason, does Cat? Did he do it this past postseason he was in? Because I thought he had an embarrassing performance and he didn't do what everybody expected him to do, which was show up on the offensive end, be the best big man shooter in the game. Was he? Was he during that series? Because I remember seeing a guy by the name of Anthony Edwards show out and prove to everybody why that's his team and why it's never been and never will be Karl Anthony Towns' team. Why, oh why, would I want to bring somebody like that to this roster? Trade a player like Randle for Cat. Soft as he is. Shooting? Does he play inside like Randle does? Does he take contact like Randle does? Does he get people in foul trouble like Randle does? I'll answer it for you. The answer is no. Cat to the Knicks is terrible, disgusting, horrible, and it should never happen. We are championship contenders now. If they traded Randle and whatever else they had to trade to get Towns on this team, we would be a worse team. We would probably not be guaranteed championship contenders. And I don't care what any NBA insider wants to write. The Knicks would not be better than the current team that we have right now. That's how good I feel about Randle and his fit for this team. I don't understand it. Just don't understand it and don't agree with it. Let Towns suffer and destroy the Timberwolves. We're good over here in New York. We got a goal. We got a vision. That's a championship. We have a window for a championship with our roster that we have right now. We may need some help at the center position, but by no means are we desperate. By no means are we going to destroy our roster to get Cat on this team. No way. We're good on this side. Leon Rose is good on this side. You don't believe me? Why is Cat not on the team? Why is he not on the team? Why is he not here? Was he here last year? Reports came out. Nope. Was he here the year before that? Reports came out. Nope. Was he here the year before that? Reports came out. Nope. The same is gonna be true this year. We don't need no soft kitty cat walking into MSG, getting showered with water, and then running away to the back. We don't need it. He's not built for this. He's not built to play in New York. You don't have to say it. I said it for you. You don't want to say what's real? I'll say it for you. He's not a superstar. He gets paid like a superstar and does nothing, not a thing, like a superstar. Keep him away from my team. Keep him far, far away from my team. Maybe he used to be realistic, but with the roster we have right now, he's no longer realistic because we no longer need him. We don't need a cat. Why do we need a cat when we got a team full of dogs? If you enjoyed these clips from the live show, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new episodes or when we go live. Thanks for watching, Knicks fans, and until next time, peace.